Hi, it's Kane Hodder, Jason from Friday the 13th. You're watching Slash and Cast. Keep watching, or I'll kill you and your whole family.
What's going on, horror fans? Welcome to another episode of Slash and Cast. I'm Riley, that's Nick, and we're starting off really big. First 17 and a half minutes or so of Friday the 13th gameplay was finally revealed today on IGN. Now, this was pretty much what we expected, but some twist in there, okay? First of all, we open up with a cutscene that shows just a female camp counselor getting killed by Jason. Jason walks up to the fire that all the 7 members are at, and then they all run, and then we jump to 5 minutes later, and you're just going.
Everybody is separated now.
Right.
You've all ran in different directions. If we have to watch that opening cutscene every time, that's going to get annoying.
Right. I'm also curious if it's going to change who's dying, because that's one of the extra camp counselors you can be that they showed. So I wonder if it's just like someone that wasn't picked, or I don't know.
Do you get to pick your camp counselor? I don't know if that's...
Yes, you do.
You do?
You guys you can all be the same if you wanted to.
So, yeah, they probably just pick a random one then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. So yeah, I mean, that you get that opening cutscene looking like every single time. Maybe, hopefully, it'd be kind of cool if it's a different kill every time. You know, some random selection of types of kills.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's the opening cutscene. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can keep it the same. It's the least important part of the game.
Yeah, literally just to kick off the game. And, I mean, I'm kind of glad they did something, though, because instead of just jumping in, you're in some random spot on the map. That's kind of cool that there's something to kick it off. But right away, we go to... we're following... I can't remember... we're following, like, the head counselor. Okay, that's who we're watching play. And right away, he turns on the power into a cabin. Okay? And we used to think that was going to be kind of a chore. Wasn't so much. He was able to do it right away. Had the power on. Now walks in. Since you had to turn the power on right away, that's the only thing you have to do to get the phone working. Okay? So he had the phone working right away. Calls 911. 911 was called within the first 30 seconds of game.
Granted, that's where he spawned. That's where he ended up spawning.
True.
So maybe nobody spawns near that cabin that has the phone.
Is there a phone in every cabin?
I didn't see. Maybe. Maybe there's just the one. We thought it would be like a cell phone that you would have to build, buy the part.
Yeah, it just seemed like there would be more to it.
Yeah, but no, it was just turn on the power. Call.
Yeah, right away.
Hold A and just hold A for like 10, 15 seconds
Mm-hmm.
to complete the phone call.
Yeah, then after that, a countdown just comes up in the top left corner, and you have 10 minutes to survive, and then police show up. But you need to get to the police, which they did not in this gameplay. In fact, we never even saw the cop cars. We just knew they're in the top right of the map, and that was about it.
Yeah, I wonder how that would have worked.
Right. I mean, do they start shooting at Jason? Do you just get in the car and go? It's just questions. That's something we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Now, we've been talking about communication, how you're going to be able to chat with your teammates. It is isolated chat, so you have to be close to the person which you're talking to. But they did add a really cool feature where you can look in drawers and whatnot and find walkie-talkies and communicate with somebody who also found another walkie-talkie. That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's a really cool feature, and I think that's going to be extremely useful. I mean, these guys, what you need to realize, these guys know what the hell they're doing. They made the game. So their communication was on point, and a lot of that came through the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just simplistic. Cool idea. Really
Definitely
easy to
cool
achieve.
that it is radius-based for chatting with teammates.
Yeah.
And not just everybody can hear everybody. I mean, of course, if you're with your friends, you might use Skype or a TeamSpeak or something like that. But
Right. It did seem like we never really got an actual look at what Jason's chat is like, but it doesn't seem like he can hear you at all.
maybe he can hear the walkie-talkie. You know,
Maybe.
the walkie, if you're close enough,
Mm-hmm.
because in reality, it's going.
And now, is there a way? Did it ever show like pressing a button to do the walkie-talkie or anything? It seemed like he was just talking. Now, I don't know if he was holding a trigger or something.
He had to have been holding a bumper or a trigger or a key, because I feel like that would be a little annoying. You're talking to someone who's right here, and just in your ear you hear all this stuff that doesn't pertain to you at all. And then every once in a while, did you hear that?
Right.
So there's got to be some way to distinguish.
Now, one of the coolest things about this gameplay is the inclusivity of the objectives and map. Now, we knew that the map was going to change every time, but on the map, you can see all the cabins, you know where Higgins Haven's at, etc., the lake, you know where fires are, you know where the tents are, you know where the cemetery is, you know where the car is located. But once Jason starts becoming present, you can also see where Jason's at as well.
When he's using abilities, am I correct about that? When he's using an ability, you can see it on the map.
Right. You could, and then if he's with another counselor, if he's targeting another counselor who's filled with fear.
Right.
But what's interesting, because we talked about it many times, there's a lack of a boat. One of the things that we talked about for a while is that you should be able to build a boat, fix the engine and what's not, and take the boat into the lake. That's not on the objective list.
Get the cell phone signal. We were thinking.
Yeah.
And then of course Jason can swim. He could still get you. It's not like you're safe if you're out in the water.
Right. Nothing. There was nothing that included the boat at all. They never even talked about it. The 4 main objectives are escape with the authorities, radio for Tommy Jarvis, escape in the 4-seater car, escape in the 2-seater car. Both the 4-seater car and the 2-seater car you do the same way. So really, not too many options to escape.
I don't know if that's just because they're still in beta, early beta,
right?
And they just haven't figured it out yet, or if they're not giving us everything, still leaving us wanting more when it comes to the final game release.
Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest thing when it comes to that. Thing we just saw, which was in the beta, which is really cool, was that radio for Tommy Jarvis, which they did do. They did radio for Tommy Jarvis, and he showed up with his shotgun, and it seemed pretty much he's only useful to just distract Jason. In this gameplay, he ended up surviving as well. Jason ended up getting 5 kills throughout the gameplay total. Yeah, I mean, Tommy's cool. It's cool just to have him in the gameplay. I did not really hear any dialogue from him.
Maybe he just wasn't, the counselor wasn't close enough. The one we were watching wasn't close enough to him, because maybe he's saying some crap to Jason while he's shooting him.
Right, he was close to him. We saw our counselor close to Tommy once, but at that point the chat was pretty loud, and he was kind of freaking out because he thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't hear anything from Tommy at that point. Now, the TV static that you get is a little interesting. When you get close to Jason or he uses his ability next to you, or your fear gets too high, your screen kind of static. It's kind of like Slender. Back when you get close to Slenderman in the 8 pages, you get close to him, your screen starts to static. It's the same type of thing. But it's also a little bit different because it looks like anytime your stamina kind of goes down as well, which was interesting. It's not just fear that makes you trip. All right, so once your stamina drops, you start to trip, and that was even for the head counselor.
And just quickly about the stamina, it seemed like he ran out of stamina quick.
Yeah.
Do the jocks have a better stamina?
Yes.
Yeah. So you probably don't want to be someone with low stamina, because it seemed like it was really like everybody's sprinting away and he's just jogging. It's really useful to keep that stamina up. And I guess maybe if you level up your character, like we've heard, there will be leveling up. Maybe you can get better stamina boosts overall.
Right, that would be. Those are the kind of things I wish we knew. Like, what does leveling up include? We don't know what kind of customization comes with it, like clothes changing, etc. We don't know anything about that. So when we talked about Jason, you mentioned that he was able to jog a little bit. That was a surprise. We had no idea if he could run or not.
Yeah.
Jason, I mean, he was pretty damn quick, especially at the end when he damn near cuts off the car. He was moving pretty quick. What I want to know, does that only include Jason from part 2 and 3 who ran in the movies? Other than that, we have Jason 6, 7, 8, and 9. So those Jasons never ran.
And I wonder if, because they got into the car, they got the car working, if Jason was immediately alerted and immediately teleported right to the car.
They said that is one of his, that's part of it.
And maybe he does get a little bit of boost when they realize
he probably teleported.
Yeah, but I mean, he was still moving quick. So maybe he got a little bit of a boost because they were finishing the objective and really getting out, escaping.
Yeah. But that's that's something that's strengthened him up, but overall, it kind of seems Jason's a little weak.
Yeah.
All considered. Now, once again, these guys made the game. They know what they're doing. They know how to get out every way possible, right? But it seemed like it was easy to break out. There were guys intentionally getting caught by Jason.
Just to break out and stun him for a few seconds.
Yeah, well, really just so one gets caught, the other hits him with a weapon. The only time we ever saw Jason, he only grabbed counselors. We never saw a free swinging Jason.
I might have.
Really?
I don't remember for sure, but I thought I saw him wailing on somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that was like one of the cuts after you already grabbed him, like one of the things.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I saw it really quick. It just went real fast.
There's a specific part in the gameplay where the one that was like the jock girl intentionally gets caught, okay, so that someone else can hit him with a weapon. Now, if I was a Jason, I would have just free swung, screw grabbing her, because then you won't get hit by the other guy. It just, I don't know. But
maybe it was just because this is the beta, they're trying to show escaping, so maybe Jason wasn't trying. But maybe when somebody else is in the real life is Jason, maybe they're also pressing A while they're trying to break, you're pressing A to try to keep them, kind of like WWE with the breaking out of submissions and stuff. Maybe it is a little harder, but maybe just because it was the beta made Jason look a little weak. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we also finally got a look at traps and how they work in the game. Now, somebody set a trap next to a door. Jason used rage, got stuck in the trap, and he had plenty of time to get away at that point.
He saw Jason, went, oh shit, went to the window. The window wouldn't let him out. Yeah. He turned around, tried to look for another window, then walked right past Jason while he's being stunned.
Right.
I don't agree with that. Yeah. I feel like Jason should still be able to stop you.
Yeah, can he still reach out, like even when he's
Or is it a mini cutscene of Jason, getting stunned and trying to get out of this trap, and you can't do anything about it?
Right. Yeah, we didn't. I wish we would have gotten another gameplay from Jason's POV. Yeah. But yeah, those are the kind of things we don't have answers to yet. But all around, everything just seems a little too easy. But like as I said, once again, man, these guys know what they're doing. Of course, they made the game, but it just seemed like they're finding the gas easy. They found the keys right away, the walkie-talkies right away, all the weapons right away. They were knocking down Jason, being able to walk right by him in the door. I don't want it to be easy. I don't. They had 3 guys survive? I don't think. I don't want that many. I don't want it to be that easy. And the one thing that made it even a little more challenging, I suppose, is it didn't. When they were fixing the car, they finally got the gas in, which all that stuff involves pressing a certain type of way.
Yeah, rolls around.
Right. But it seemed like the counselor we were watching could not get into the car until it was started.
Yeah.
Like the option to open the door didn't even come up until it was started. So you're screwed if you're not the one starting the car, which is we saw someone die because of that, and they left him behind. Like, nope, we're going, forget it. For overall driving, seemed fairly simplistic. I mean, he didn't really have a problem at all. Maybe he's used to the controls, but
maybe we didn't see what the driver saw. Maybe the driver is continuously pressing different things that are popping up real quick, or else you're going slower, you're turning off, you're crashing. Because I think we're under the impression that when you crash, you're done. That car's totaled. Right. You can't repair it.
Right.
Try something else. So, but they did get away.
They did get away. He was even need to go off the road a little bit and avoid Jason. I wish Jason would have cut him off. I really was curious, like what happens if they hit Jason? Do they get stopped too, or do they just run over Jason? I really curious what happens. I know you can flip the car. They showed that still image on their Facebook page of the car being flipped over and the body.
But
everywhere.
Is Jason really gonna get? Like Luke Cage, just hit the car.
Like see that'd be a little too overpowered. But I think
maybe that destroys the car, but it hurts Jason enough so you can get out of the car and get away fast enough.
Right.
Because now you're starting all over.
Yeah.
Really.
And I mean, since there's 2 cars, one's a 4-seater, one's a 2-seater. So I mean, eventually you're leaving somebody.
Pick your alliances.
Yeah. But yeah, then after that, you get your little. You survived, congratulations, blah, blah. But then we get another closing cutscene, which was Jason walking back into the house. It seemed kind of odd to me because it seemed like Jason won, right? It seemed like Jason winning.
Yeah, and then his mother came over and said, "Come back, Jason."
You hear the voice, "Come home, Jason," and then he looks at the table with her head on it and the sweater.
Yeah. What do you get if you win as Jason? Is that a different cutscene? Because it almost seemed like a winning cutscene.
Right.
It should have been like Jason, sad. Like, come on, man.
Oh God. Yeah, he's just like holding like his mom's head, just like bummed out. I let you down, Mom. Yeah. There's still a lot we don't know.
Yeah.
And there's still stuff we're not going to get from the beta, but we have a lot more to discover, and we will be doing so December 20th through the 23rd, of course. It looks like Nick will be leading our live stream. Hopefully all goes well. But yeah, just come check us out, and we will be all over that thing. Let's hope it goes well. Can't wait till it actually comes out on consoles, so I can guarantee that it runs well.
Oh yeah.
But if you haven't seen the gameplay, the link will be in the description. Make sure you go check it out. It's definitely worth putting your opinion in, because they want to hear it. They want to hear your opinion. They want to know what we need to fix. Yeah. Right. They've already put that all over the Facebook page as well. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to more horror news. Another controversial one here, The Mummy. Right. Okay. So they've been looking to remake these monster movies for a while. Get another Universal monsters out and going.
And they've tried. They've done a few Draculas.
They claim that they wasn't, but they definitely tried, like Dracula 2000 and stuff like that. Those movies failed horrendously. So they're like, all right, let's kick off with The Mummy. Let's do it.
Just the trailer came out maybe 2 weeks ago.
By the way, this is a teaser trailer, not an official trailer.
A teaser trailer that is like 3.5 minutes long. I was watching, and I got hooked in the first 20 seconds. The music, there's the atmosphere, maybe 30, 40 seconds. I was like, wow, what movie am I watching? And then all of a sudden, it just kind of just smacks the wall, and it was just disappointing.
Right. They start off with a really cool scene, and it's one scene. It's like 1.5 minutes of a single scene. That's what the teaser should have been. That's it.
With them up
in the cargo ship.
Yes, yeah. And they're looking at the sarcophagus. And they're looking at it, and they cut to the people's faces, and then you see the bugs, I don't know exactly what they are, fly over the helicopter, and it starts to crash. Should have been it.
Yeah, seriously.
Best part of the teaser trailer was that minute and a half.
I've seen theatrical trailers shorter than this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna hit some people that are gonna be offended by this.
Please do.
Tom Cruise should not be in this movie.
Correct.
I think Tom Cruise is trash in this movie. And I like Tom Cruise stuff. I like Jack Reacher. Top Gun? But this, it seems, right when I saw him on the screen, I was like, this is odd. This doesn't fit. I don't like it. I didn't even realize that he was in it until like I finally sat down and watched the trailer, and I was like, wait a second, Tom Cruise, what is this?
Yeah, I saw a few behind the scenes photos earlier in the summer. Didn't see much of Tom Cruise, actually.
Yeah.
But then...
Yeah, the target was always on the mummy, the female mummy, which is people are getting crap for in general, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Who really cares? She looks like a badass, so that's still a good part of the movie, but I just think Tom Cruise is really holding this thing back.
Correct. Yeah, definitely.
So right now, I got to say it looks pretty garbage, but every time I say a trailer looks garbage recently, the movie ends up being amazing, so let's not get carried away.
Not every time.
I got a 50-50 shot on this one. It just doesn't... I don't know.
Are we going to go out of our way to see it?
No. I'll wait. If you give me like over 90% Rotten Tomatoes, I'll go check it out. I'll go to theaters to see it. But regardless, I don't. Yeah. It looks pretty bad to me. Tom Cruise is like a miscast, and the trailer way too long for a teaser. Way too long. Poorly edited. No. True. Don't do it. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next topic. The Walking Dead. Now we talked about the season premiere. That was many weeks ago. And it was pushing record-breaking views, right? Well, since then, views have fallen off 40% since the season premiere.
Terrible.
Yeah, and then this season...
For any show.
Really?
Even one of that caliber, that's even worse.
The thing is, I should have seen it coming in general, because they amped it up so much, we don't know who's dead, that was big. And they played off of... They intentionally were leaking stuff, fake leaking stuff, to drag more people in.
Yeah.
And then...
I was interested. I don't even watch The Walking Dead. I was kind of interested.
Right. But then, of course, it was going to fall off some, but 40% is huge. And it also, the mid-season finale is 27% less views than the mid-season finale from last season.
Yeah, that is bad for any show.
Mm-hmm. And it's... I completely understand why people are falling off. It's like... the vibe that was The Walking Dead is gone, and now instead of The Walking Dead is the Walking living.
Really, yeah.
And
even the zombies there's not going to be any zombies in the next season. They're all dying.
Yeah, you're pretty much just following Negan, and then I think one of the biggest reasons that this season itself has been kind of falling off is they're bouncing between like 3 different stories from episode to episode, and it's boring. It's like you don't care. Like if you're only invested in one of those stories, you're going to come back 3 weeks later when that story comes back.
Yeah.
So really, it's just kind of. It's not that the acting's bad. It's not that the writing's bad. It's just we don't have nearly as much zombies. We don't have really a single compelling story. And ever since I started doing that, I hated it since I think season 5 they started doing that. I think it was kind of dumb. Let's stick with one, lock into it, keep pushing that. The problem is they jumped to a 16 episode season a few years ago, and 16 episodes was the first season was 6. Okay, so what was wrong with that? Even like I think season 2 was like 12.
I'll tell you why they're adding more episodes. More money, boy.
The money. But now you're dragging out story, and you don't need to.
Honestly, they're probably making so much money they don't care.
That's true.
I mean, now that the views dropping off, that's actually still pretty drastic. They probably didn't expect that, but they're still making money.
Yeah, right.
And I just don't see how it can go on for a few more seasons. I mean, we've already confirmed 1 more season.
Yeah, confirmed 8, and we already know that the guy who plays Negan from zoning his name, but he's already signed back on 8. So Negan's coming back. So now I'm like, all right, well, fuck the rest of the season because I know Negan's still gonna be alive. So I'll wait.
Walking Dead. I mean, it's really fallen off.
Yeah,
and that's kind of a shame. It was groundbreaking, I would say.
Yeah, it was huge. It's huge. And then even the TV-14 rating that has changed so much because of the show alone. Mm-hmm. The stuff that it shows is insane compared to what it used to. Like Greg Nicotero, coming off as a VFX artist or a special effects artist, not VFX, but special effects artist, and they're starting to show his stuff pretty graphically. Mm-hmm. And so that show has changed a lot, and it's a groundbreaking for other shows. But we're seeing an end very soon here. They're also catching up with the comic books, so I don't know what to do after they catch up, you know?
Yeah.
I really hope that they take the Negan story the way the comics do, though. Just saying. All right. Moving on, though. Insidious 4. Another one. An unnecessary one, I would say. Mm-hmm. But we did get our first still image, which looks like the same cliche shit we've seen in the last 2 movies, which is Elise in a hallway with the other Elise, with young Elise.
Yep.
So that's interesting. This is a sequel to Chapter 3, so we will not be seeing the family that we saw in the first Insidious. So we're seeing more prequels, really, and she's back with her little cute little sons, and they're not actual sons. That was a joke. Yeah. That was a joke, people. But yeah, it's just following that story again. But screenwriter Lee Winnell came back, but he gave it to I don't want to say his name poorly again, but in general, James Wan didn't come back. So this one ain't looking too good. Blumhouse is taking over Insidious, and they keep it going. But they have Adam Robital on to direct, and if you don't know who Robital is, he directed The Taking of Deborah Logan, which in my opinion is awful. So expect a bad one here. Just saying. Expect a bad one with Insidious 4. I'd go in with really low expectations, especially with James Wan not coming back on. The only benefit it has is Winnell came back to screenwrite, and that's big. Winnell did direct the last one, which is why it's okay. He's been in hand in hand with James Wan since Saw. They've always been writing director partners. But now with Robital in to direct, it's making me a little nervous.
Yeah. A little mini rant. Why keep making these sequels? I get you're making money still, but when Insidious 55 comes out and it's nothing to do with the original. Come on.
This isn't a movie that should have been a franchise in general. Like,
No.
Friday the 13th makes sense. Like, these types of movies, the cliche slash movies make sense because they're cheap and easy. These movies cost quite a bit of money to make. They take quite a bit of time to make.
And the sequels will never, ever, ever live up to the original.
Yeah, but
maybe once in a great while. Maybe once in a great while.
Yeah. The problem is they're doing the same shit. Like, what can you do with another ghost movie, you know? And then we're getting The Conjuring 3 soon, so we're going to see the same shit with that.
But The Conjuring 2 was very good, though. I do have to say.
Yeah, but the thing with The Conjuring is it's following decades of true stories.
Exactly.
This is just kind of getting ridiculously stupid ghost stories. And I love Insidious. I liked Insidious 2. I liked Insidious 3. But this one didn't make me nervous. Especially because the still image literally looks like it came from Insidious 3. It's like literally looks like the same movie. It's just, I don't know. I just don't know what else you can do. You're going to get the same stupid ghost story.
Yeah, I truly hope we don't see an Insidious 5. I don't want to see an Insidious 4, but it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so.
these things just keep making money. Like, the teen audience is just insane for these types of things, especially because I guarantee it's pushing a PG-13 rating.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, what do you...
I guess it's making money, so might as well keep making them.
Yeah, like the teen... the teen date movies. They are. And they make quite a bit of money because of that. So Insidious 4 will
Paranormal Activity.
Insidious 4 is going to make money, I guarantee it. Let's just hope it doesn't make it enough to, pursue a fifth sequel. That's all I really had to say about that.
Yeah. Mini rant over.
But yeah, that is the end of Slashcast today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. We loved covering Friday the 13th. We can't wait to tell you more about it. Make sure you come check out our streams on December 20th through the 23rd. So hope all goes well. With all that being said, though, we are rolling out of here. So make sure you go check out our Facebook at facebook.com/RJL Productions and twitter.com/RJL_Productions. Make sure you go check out our other channel, youtube.com/RJL Productions Extras. There you can find our other podcast, the MWM Project, where we cover movies, television, video games. We should have a new episode coming out soon.
Rogue
Believe
One.
it or not, Rogue One. That review will be out like Monday morning or Sunday like evening. So watch. Make sure you check it out. Give our opinions on it. Is it good? Let's hope. Let's pray. Avoiding all spoilers.
Yeah.
With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.